Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Jacksepticeye video, and it's a video that I forgot about and was planning on checking it out, but I just completely forgot about. So I guess Jack decided to, based on the title, recreate his original video, which was that impression of Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. War has changed. Oh boy, and this was from 9 months ago, from November 2019. So I missed this. I completely forgot about this. I don't think I've checked it out because I've looked everywhere for this, right? I want to make sure. Recreating. Yeah, nothing. No, I don't think I have checked this out. So, I might as well just get right into it. So, without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
7 years I've been doing this. 7 years I've been on YouTube.
I've been doing this for nearly 9.
The first video I ever uploaded to my channel, which many of you know as the Metal Gear Solid 4 Old Snake, Solid Snake impression, that was not very good. We'll get to that in a second, but this is the first video I ever uploaded on my channel, and it has since passed 7 years since that has gone up.
Has changed.
And that is the fastest 7 years I think I've ever had in my entire life. Not only did we just pass 7 years on the channel, but we also just passed 23 million subscribers on the channel. So we've had 2 milestones hit in rapid succession within a week of each other. So before I start anything, before I start reminiscing, and before I start doing anything in this video, the first thing I wanted to do was say thank you to anybody who's ever been here, to anybody who's ever watched my channel, whether you were here on the first day, which, let's face it, no one was here on the first day.
Yeah.
Or you just joined yesterday, or anywhere in between. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me do what I do here, because when I started off this channel, I did not in my wildest dreams, first of all, ever think that it would ever take off, let alone get to 23 million subscribers. And I did definitely never think that I was going to be doing it for 7 years. I honestly have no idea where I would be without this channel right now. Everyone keeps asking that question of, what would you be doing if you weren't doing YouTube right now? And honestly, I could not give you an answer because I had no idea
I don't know what I would be doing right now
before I started this channel. It was one of the reasons that I did start doing this, because I had no idea what else to do with my time, with my life, with myself. I was very sad, I was miserable, I was very depressed, I didn't know what was going on. So I started uploading videos and hoped that people would watch them and hoped that anybody would listen to me and I would find some sort of purpose and drive in my life. So to say that I feel lucky that that actually happened is a complete understatement, because I could not be more grateful for what I have been able to do here on this platform. YouTube has completely changed me as a person. I wasn't a bad person before I started doing YouTube, but I'm definitely a much better person than I ever could be by doing this, because I've met so many different people in the last 7 years. Having to do this and having so much responsibility and so many people and eyeballs thrust upon you at once has matured me faster than any other experience in my entire life. And to have all these people sitting around and watching what you do and being so involved in it, and seeing so many different walks of life within that microcosm. I guess it's not micro if it's 23 million people.
Yeah, now over 24 million.
Going out on tour, going to conventions, sitting down reading comments, going to social media, meeting other YouTubers, and just going out on the road and talking to so many different people in so many different avenues of life, in so many different races, religions, skin colors, faiths, beliefs, sexual orientation. There's so many different types of people I've met in those 7 years. It's made me such a better person, and I cannot be more grateful for that as well. I was a very sad, depressed, early 20-year-old in a log cabin in the middle of the woods, freezing my absolute ass off with
right now. I'm freezing my ass off in this air-conditioned room.
Any of the friends that I did have, we got along and everything, but we never shared a lot of the same interests. And I just sat at home alone watching videos, playing games all the time. And then doing this has... I've done so many things doing YouTube. I've accomplished a lot of my wildest dreams. I've gotten to play video games as a job. I've gotten to have so many of you guys out there watching what I do and being so involved in it and so loving and caring and supportive and allowing me to do weird, wacky, crazy, wild things all the time and really support me creatively. I've gotten to go out on tour and meet a lot of you in real life, gone to conventions and seeing how much this has meant to you in real life. I've gotten to meet people from Make-A-Wish whose wish was to come and meet me and divulge about how much this channel meant to them and how much my energy and my positivity has meant to them. I've met so many people who have been in low parts of their life who really related to the channel and really looked up to me and really wanted to either do what I do or just be along for the ride and have fun with it. I've gotten to meet some of my celebrity idols. I've gotten to go on talk shows in Ireland, the biggest talk show in Ireland that I grew up watching. I've gotten to do so many charity live streams where we've raised over almost $2.5 million since last year for people in need and so many different charities, and I've gotten to work with so many amazing people. I've gotten to meet some of my best friends that I've ever had in my life, who I wholeheartedly respect and enjoy hanging out with. And I've gotten to meet some of the most loving and caring and supportive people in my life because of doing YouTube. And that's only scratching the surface. There's so much more in that, in those 7 years. It's been such a dense 7 years that I feel so completely undeserving of how much love and support has come my way, that all I can do is spend the rest of my time doing YouTube, trying to send that love and energy and positivity back out into the world, because the world has given me so much already. So no matter what happens on YouTube, no matter where I go, no matter where I've come from, no matter what my mentality is now or what it was before, just know that no one can be more thankful for all of this than I am. Because it has meant so fucking much to me to do YouTube over the years. It's been the best thing I've ever done with my entire life, and always will be. Nothing will ever top the experiences that I've had here now and hopefully going forward. This is not the end.
Clearly not.
I'm determined to have not peaked yet. I have so much more potential and energy left in me that I have yet to explore so many other avenues doing YouTube. But please, never ever doubt how thankful, how grateful, and just how much love I have for doing this. And for you, for this community. Because you guys are, not to get all sloppy about it and not to try and sound like I'm blowing smoke up your ass and get all like, ugh, I love my fans. But I seriously do. Because this is the coolest thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm so happy that I get to do it day in and day out, and I never want to lose that feeling. It's so easy to get lost in it, it's so easy to forget where you've come from, but thank you for keeping me honest, and thank you for still being here. If you started off watching the channel years ago and you're not here anymore, at least you gave it a shot. Thank you. If you showed up at the channel and you didn't like it, at least you gave it a shot. If you're still here, if you just showed up, thank you for still being here.
You're welcome.
Because I couldn't do any of this without you. I get very doubtful about things from time to time. Maybe it's that imposter syndrome kicking in that a lot of people who do this type of stuff have. Because there's times when I sit down and really think about what it is to have a channel of this size and a community of this size, and to have done some of the things that I've done, and it almost feels like a different person has done them. Because you get those moments where you feel down and you feel sad and you just don't want to record, and you feel like, man, people just don't care anymore, or I don't care anymore, or whatever. That little voice in your head creeps in and starts to take over, and have to push it out. And every now and then, I think that it's crazy that I get to do this. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that self-awareness kicking in is a good thing, because, again, it keeps me grounded and it keeps me remembering that I didn't always get to do this. And it could have easily just not happened. I could have given up way early on, and none of this would have happened. I could have been yelling into a void and no one could have listened. So all of these things that have married together, that have allowed this to happen, I never want to forget that. Because that's the energy and the motivation and the power that keeps me going. Because material things and numbers and money and all of that stuff, I mean, sure, that's great.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not the thing that made me start off doing it, and it's not the thing that kept me doing it. So that's why I'm always saying that
Same for
I
me.
never try and forget where I came from, and I'm so thankful for all of you being here. And like I said, keeping me honest and keeping me on the right track. For the most part, anyway. We'll lean left or right or wobble a small bit every now and then, and nobody's perfect, and I sure as hell fucking am not even close to being perfect at all.
I'm
I
not
fuck
perfect
up
either,
constantly.
for sure.
Sometimes you just don't see it, but I'm always fucking things up. But I'm glad that we're still here and we're still on the path, and that those little wobbles can always course correct, and we can get back on track and just make cool shit. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the funny stuff. All right, I have a nice old sup of tea, a nice old cup of light.
This is way before he had the top of the morning
What I'm
coffee.
talking about. It's great tea. But what I wanted to do was go back and look at, of course, we'll go to uploads, and let's sort by oldest. Because we have to go back and watch the. I've gone over this video tons of times on the channel already.
Of course you have.
I've watched it a ton of times already, and people still ask me every time to go back and do the impression of Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4. So that's what we're doing here today.
Oh god.
So this was uploaded November 12th,
2012.
So,
Jeez.
as I said, 7 years ago from now, it has 1.3 million views. Oh my
I think
god.
Mark is to blame for that
I'm sure
because
I've got a few
he
comments
saw
on
that
it, yeah.
video too.
5 years since this was uploaded. Things sure have changed since then. Thank you so much for being here through it all. 6 years ago, lol, yep, I'd originally planned on doing more stuff like this, but when I started recording it, I realized it didn't sound very good. Man, so I was replying to somebody through this one. Back then, the replies would show up as like
Separate comments.
at somebody. I can't remember how they really showed up, but then Google Plus came in and it was plus somebody, and then they got rid of Google Plus, so it doesn't show who I was replying to anymore. This makes me cringe now. You know Likey? 7 years ago. So that's
You
one of the
know
first comments I
Likey?
left. That was probably one of my first haters. Wait, can I sort by? No, newest first. There's 13,000 comments right now. 38 minutes ago, an hour ago,
Look,
people
Emily
are still
Kamikaze,
commenting on this.
PMA girl.
It's 7 years. All right, let's listen to this bad boy.
Oh boy.
There's no music. There's
Clearly
anything.
not.
It's just my voice in the log cabin. I can remember myself sitting on my bed with my laptop up on the countertop, and I had my webcam. I couldn't record my face at the same time because I was using the webcam to record the voice, and it was on my Toshiba laptop, and it sounded like ass.
War has changed. It's no longer about nations, ideologies, or ethnicity.
There it is. Earthnicity.
Ethnicity.
It's supposed to say or ethnicity, but the way I was doing the voice, I said earthnicity. Also, you'll realize that this picture is not in 16:9 ratio. Yes, it's 16:9 ratio, not 16:9. You notice that there's 2 dots? It's a ratio.
It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines.
God, how much of this did I do?
War and its consumption of life.
Exactly. How much? Why did you do this?
Machine.
This is a minute 22. Did I do the whole monologue?
It's changed.
Probably.
When the battlefield is under total control, war becomes routine.
I did the entire thing.
Oh god.
Let me just hit you with a fat intro. Metal Gear Solid 4 intro. So we can hear the actual thing, and you can all hear how amazing my impression actually was. Here we go. Wait for it.
War has changed.
Are you telling me that that's not the exact same?
War has changed.
Because it's not.
Clearly not.
I was so convinced back in the day that I
you did
sounded
so
like
good,
Jack-
but then in reality
I
you
recorded
didn't.
it, listened to it and said, yeah,
That sounds good.
pretty damn good, and then decided to edit it and upload it. Which, this minute 22 video, which is, Jesus, even this is 1080p. I guess it's a picture and a voice. But this took me probably about 2 hours to upload.
It's no longer about nations, ideologies, or ethnicity.
Ethnicity.
Okay.
It's no longer about nations, ideologies,
And
or
Earth.
ethnicity.
No, honey, no.
No, 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 no.
I'm trying to think of things that I haven't talked about in regards to this video, because I've reacted to this like 4 times by now, but the original idea for the channel was I was so obsessed with voices. I mean, I still am. That's why I like doing voices in games and changing my voice around, because that was the stuff I used to always do anyway with my college friends and my high school friends back in the day. And when I started off doing YouTube, I was like, well, everyone's doing Let's Plays. Everyone's doing the thing where they just talk over video games. And I thought I wanted to be different. I was going to do it where I would be characters from those games doing a voice from the game while playing the game. I am very glad that that did not work out, because I don't think it would have exploded the way it had.
No.
And I don't think I would be where I am now if I continue doing that. Some people have definitely done that since, and it was by no means like a unique, original thing to do at the time either. It was just what I wanted to do. I originally wanted to do like Bane from the Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
Be like, it's changed. What do you think of that? But I loved Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 3 is in my top 5 games of all time. I love Metal Gear Solid 1 as well. I think Metal Gear Solid 1 has a bigger impact on society.
Well, you can't go with the original.
And I think it's probably story-wise an overall better game, but Metal Gear Solid 3 had a bigger impact on me. I love forests, I love camouflage, I love sneaking around in forests and that kind of stuff, and I liked the characters more. No, I didn't. I like the end fight the most, but I just felt like there was so much more to do in that game. It was so much less restrictive than the first game. But Metal Gear Solid 1 and 3 were some of my favorite games ever. 2 I didn't appreciate when I was younger. I appreciate it a lot more now when I'm older, especially in current social media times. It has a lot to say about that. And society. I've seen Joker.
That Joker.
But also, Metal Gear Solid 4 then came out, such huge hype, everyone absolutely loved it, but I hated it. I hated it when it came out. I thought it was a crappy Metal Gear story. I thought the gameplay sucked. I thought
you want to talk about crappy? How about 5?
Was all sucked out of
or
it.
5.
And I haven't played
because Kojima got booted. So
back then, I never went back to it. But I did like this opening cutscene, and I wanted to do that. So that's why I'm always I always have such huge respect, and I'm always obsessed with voice actors and sound design and that kind of thing. Because playing video games and watching cartoons and stuff, of course, but that was like, oh man, somebody's doing that voice. Somebody's job is to record them doing a cool voice and act it out as a character. And that blew my mind that people could do that for their job. And here I am doing something that I didn't even know you could do as a job back then. I was uploading videos, I thought that was cool. I thought, oh, maybe somebody will watch it. If I told that person back then, 7 years ago, that 23 million people would be on their channel, I would have lost my mind. It probably would have scared me into not doing it, because I was a very insecure, very scared, very lonely dude. And all I want to do is go back and give that guy a hug, because he really fucking needed it at the time. I mean, we all need a hug every now and then, but I was in a very rough place, and I did not like who I was. And so many other people in my life were cooler and doing cool things. And then I finally found people on the internet who were doing this as their job. Like, way later. I was just uploading videos thinking it was cool, and then way later, I found out that people were doing it as their job. I thought people were just doing it for fun, like I was. I did the Snake impression 7 years ago, but then my next video after that was November 29th, 2012. So, we're coming up almost 7 years on that, so it was a little chunk of time between videos then.
A few weeks.
But then I kept pumping them out, and I was like, you know what, I love Dark Souls. It was the first time I'd ever played it on PC when that came out. I started doing that, and then I really got into Battlefield 3. I started doing that. No one gave a shit about my Dark Souls playthrough. Understandably, it was pretty bad. I was crap at commentating. I didn't know what I was doing. I know what you were all waiting for. You're waiting for me to redo the impression. You're waiting to see if 7 years of practicing the Solid Snake impression has made it any better. And oh boy, has it. Okay, are you guys ready?
Oh god.
Okay,
Oh boy.
can we get the music in the background? Okay, here we go.
Oh boy.
War has wait, no, my headphones are not on. I can't hear it. I can't hear it in my head. War has changed.
He's trying not to laugh.
About nations, ideologies, ethnicity. It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines. War and its consumption of life have changed. I realize that I'm not even trying to do the impression. I'm trying to do an impression of my impression. But there you have it. Solid Snake, 7 years later. Colonel, can you hear me? Let's see what you guys have been saying, because I tweeted out a thank you for being on YouTube for 7 years, and people have been replying to it in droves. There's 1,300 replies onto this tweet. So, because we're here and we're on the platform for 7 years, and we've hit 23 million subs, and we've done so many cool things. But again, I need to stress how important it is for the community aspect of all of this, because without you guys, none of this really exists.
No.
I can yell all I want at video games and put it out there to the world, but if you guys are not watching, it doesn't go anywhere. I don't get to do anything else. All the cool stuff I've gotten to do is because some of you started watching my videos in the beginning. Who's here from the very beginning, by the way? And don't lie. I don't like it when people say, like, I've been watching you. I've had people come up to me in public and be like, I've been watching you for like 10 years. And I'm like, well, I've only been doing it for 7.
Exactly.
Like, you don't need to pretend you've been watching longer than you have. I still appreciate you. But I'm curious if anybody from the very beginning is still watching. It doesn't matter if you have.
I've been around since August 2017.
But sound off in the comments how long you've been watching the channel. And again, no judgment. If you started watching from finding this video, doesn't matter. You're still here, and I love and appreciate you. But again, I want to throw it back to you guys. I want to see what you're saying, because the community side of YouTube is my favorite aspect of doing any of this. The community, people, interacting, making jokes, seeing how you react, making cool, fun, ego content, and freaking people out and seeing how you react to that, and seeing all the fan art and everything. Community is awesome. It's the best part about doing this, and I love interacting with you. So let's look at what you guys have been saying. Man, so many gifts. Wow, Jack, congratulations. You honestly deserve everything that you have. You're such a nice person, and thank you for giving us a laugh every single day. And just to see you is amazing. We love you, Jack. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank
Jack
you.
Jeep.
We love you too, Sean. I'm really glad I started watching your videos on 2015. You always make me laugh. Either I'm sad or happy. You're the best. I haven't met you because I've never left Greece. I want you to be happy and always be successful. Congrats. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. That gif. Oh my god. Oh, Leslie. 7 years ago today, Old Snake became the first impersonation Sean uploaded to YouTube. I think that 22-year-old lad would be proud of the amazing creator he's become, an all-around compassionate person who, in every way that matters, remained the same. That insecure, lonely guy would be proud of you, Sean. I'm sorry to at you with this, but I tweeted this at midnight, my time, just to show you how proud I am of how far you've come. That's so sweet. Thank you. I'd like to think that 22-year-old me would like who I've become. I think that in all of what I've done, you can talk about this, the subjective entertainment value of the channel and the videos I upload and whatever. That's fine. But as a person, I think that my morals have stayed in the right place. When I started off doing this, I've always wanted to just make people happy. I've wanted to make people laugh, entertain them, try and do well by myself, and also just try and give back to the world in general. Or at least just interact with it on a scale bigger than myself to see if other people were out there. And I think that we've managed to maintain that. Thank you for being you, Sean, and deciding that you want to do that. Thank you for welcoming us, and thank you for being amazing. Thank you for letting us help you, and thank you for helping us. You're amazing, and I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say we love you. You've become one of my greatest sources of happiness and escape from life crap. And I just love your genuine personality, and yeah, pretty proud of you, Jack. I haven't been watching you as long as a lot of other people, and it's been an awesome time. Genuinely my favorite YouTuber. The fact that you stick.
Oh, please
to what
don't
your
cry,
channel
Sean.
is amazing
Don't
to me.
cry.
It shows how passionate you are about what you do.
Because I feel like he's gonna break down crying reading all these.
You do what you feel like doing, and I love you for that. Keep it up. You deserve all of this and more, Sean. You're one of, if not the most incredible person this world has to offer. Thank you for everything you do and everything you've done. No, I'm so proud of how far you've come, Jack, and I'm glad to have been here for 4 years and counting. You're doing truly amazing things, like raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for various charities, and you're still able to connect with your community. You helped me find some of the best people in my life and better bond with others. Your vids pick me up when I'm down, and I'm proud of how far you've come since I first saw your vids back in 2012 or 2013. I can't remember the exact date. We love you, Sean. You always brighten my days that can be very dark at times, and you've helped me through so many hard times in life without even knowing it. You're like a best friend, and I've never even met you. That's a pretty special connection.
Oh, God.
You're
Yep.
supposed to give me feelies!
I knew it.
Congrats, Jack. I'm sure me and your other fans are super proud and thankful of you. Every time you say top of morning, you bring smiles to millions of people in the entire world. Hope to see your amazing videos and hope to meet you in the future if there's any chance. Love you, Jacksepticeye. You're an amazing YouTuber. You need to believe in yourself and your ability. You're good at what you do. You make people laugh. You brighten people's days. And your accent is wow.
Your accent is wow.
To do all that and be genuine. Oh, you're being too nice. Stop. You absolutely deserve everything you've gained in these past 7 years. Thank you for doing what you do and helping so many people in the process, including me. I love you and I can't wait to see what great things you'll be doing next. The fact that you have brought so much joy to all of us, please keep making videos as long as you can. Most of us would be nowhere near where we are today if it wasn't for you. You've changed a lot of us. You've done so much good for all of us, especially me. Thank you, Sean. Well, likewise. As I said, I don't think I'd be the person I am today without all you guys. And all this love and support is just so nice. You guys are such a really nice, wholesome, genuine community. All the time. You're so welcoming and accepting and loving all the time. And I really appreciate that. I want to read more of these, but I don't want it to seem like it's turning into like a vanity project or a narcissistic thing. I wasn't reading these just to try and build myself up. I really just wanted to see what you guys were saying. Seems like so long ago we watched you play games from your little cabin in the woods, and now look at you. I can't repay you for all the times you've made me smile when I needed it. To come this far and be as grounded and loving as you are, I'm very proud. Sean, you deserve everything. You saved me from so much loneliness. Been with you since 2013, and I will never stop growing with you. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for putting us first. The money you have raised has changed lives, and you will continue to. Love you forever, Sean. Jack, we are all family no matter when we arrived. Some, like me, joined when you were in the 100,000s. Others are just joining, so they don't know about those videos. But we all can go back and watch them. They may be terrible, but they came from a good person. Hey, what are you saying? Some of them are pretty bad, but yeah,
they may be terrible.
Very, very early videos are pretty cringe by now, but that's good. Cringy things are good. It means that you've changed and you've grown, and you can look back on a different version of yourself and just see the chronology of where you're going and where you've come from. That's cool. Thank you for your very, very lovely, sweet, incredibly supporting and loving messages. It means the absolute world to me that I can go to Twitter at any moment, on like any moment of the day, and I can tweet something and there's people there to interact with it and just talk to. Not everyone can afford that. Not everyone, well, afford that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Not everyone has that. Not everybody is able to do that in their lives, and I'm incredibly appreciative of it. Thank you so very, very much for 7 years on YouTube. It's been a wild, crazy ride. We've done so many crazy things so far. And we haven't even scratched the surface yet. I have so many big plans for things that I want to do next year that are all...
we all know where that went.
That are going to take a while to get done, but when they are done, I'm very excited about what's going to happen with them. And I hope you are too. I mean, I can't really talk about them yet, so it's hard to get excited for something that you don't know what's happening, but just trust me when I say that I'm trying to do some really cool next level stuff for myself creatively, and I'm really excited for them. But also, thank you so much for 23 million subscribers. It's crazy to think that this is where the channel has ended up. I think back when I got the shout out from Felix, I was
Yeah.
at 2,500 subs. And I don't even think he was at 23 million subscribers at the time. And somebody had asked me what it would be like if I got to 20-something million subscribers. And I said it would never happen. And here we are.
Yeah.
About to cross over into halfway to 30 million. It's absolutely bonkers. So just thank you so much from the deepest, bottomest depths of my heart. I cannot stress it enough how thankful I am that I get to do this kind of things. But I can't even speak anymore. And even though I said that I have big things that I want to do next year, that does not change what the channel is. I want to do bigger, cooler, more ambitious things, but I also want to keep doing the silly, dumb shit. I want to do all of the dumb shit that I can and still connect with you guys and have you along for the ride and just involve you in this crazy, wacky, wild ride that is the Jacksepticeye YouTube channel journey. So I hope that I'm still doing you proud. I hope that you're all still having a good time on the channel. I hope that you all feel loved and welcomed. If not, then let's keep trying. Let's get us to that place. And if you are, then let's just keep pushing it. Let's have positive vibes. Let's keep that positive train rolling. And let's just have fun. There's too much negativity and animosity and bullshit in the world. And
Yeah,
why?
unfortunately,
So much
there
energy.
is.
Let's just have fun. Let's create dumb shit, cool shit. Let's just have fun all together and smack like buttons and high fives and all that stuff that we've always done since we started off the channel. Let's just have fun with it. That's what YouTube should be about. But thank you guys for watching this video. It's a little longer than I intended it on being, but I really appreciate you. So thank you for being here. And I'm going to leave you with a special little I love you.
That was awesome. Really awesome, dude. Man, you could tell... Yeah, again, seeing him react to his very first video again, and then he tried to recreate it. Obviously, you could tell how far he has come from where he is now. Now he's at around 24.5 million, close to 25 million, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 24.5 million subscribers. That is insane. Obviously, him reading all those nice messages at the end, I could tell based in his voice, he was starting to, crack a little. Like, he was starting to get a little emotional, and he unfortunately kind of started to get a little teary-eyed. Because, you could tell how much those comments mean to him. It means a lot to him. And to see him now, nearly 7.5 years on this platform, is just insane to see where he started, just doing this stupid impersonation, to now where he's making Let's Plays and raising a lot of money for charity and doing all these cool ego video content. And when he mentioned the big plans for 2020, I'm like, yeah, we all know where that went. The pandemic happened, and then that really threw a wrench into everything. That unfortunately threw a wrench into everything, and that just didn't really help. But Jack said during, I think, a stream, I don't know where, somebody asked him about the egos again, and he said that he's working on them, of course, but he's also writing it with somebody. Now, that somebody is interesting when he says that. Who is helping him write? Maybe Mark, but I doubt it. I honestly doubt if it's Mark doing it, helping him out. I wouldn't be surprised, because you could tell how much Jack wants to put those ego videos on, like, the top, like, the scale of, like, what Heist with Markiplier was, or Who Killed Markiplier was. That height, where, because we kind of saw a glimpse of it with Chase and stuff like that. We saw that high production value that he put into that particular video. You could tell. And I guess that's where he wants to go with the egos now. He wants to be on that top level in production. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mark is actually helping him out with that. And it's kind of ironic that when Jack started doing Anti back in 2016, well, Jack said this around May 2019 on Tumblr. He was asked about it. And then that started some rage, some, like, you know, drama, thinking that he's copying Mark or some shit. Mark apparently was inspired by Jack doing the Anti stuff for Halloween, which led to him doing Darkiplier for a date with Markiplier. So I found that really fascinating. But then again, YouTube is a huge platform and it's always evolved and changed. And obviously, a lot of people have, you know, ripped each other off, and no one's original anymore. Nobody's original anymore. Hell, I'm clearly not original. Reacting to other people's videos and stuff, and then copying other people's ego-related content and shit. Yeah, that's totally me. Like, I am an uncreative bastard for sure. Yeah, that's me for sure. But I'm proud of it. Hell, I try to be unique with mine and try to do stuff differently than what they would do. I try to do that. Because obviously it's pretty difficult to do stuff like that. To do ego content, it's very difficult to come up with ideas. Because you don't want to step on the toes of others, you know? And God forbid if you do, they don't want to be associated with you anymore. And that's just the unfortunate thing. But what are you gonna do? Might as well just move on and just go on with your life and just be you. And that's the best thing to do. It's just to be you, be yourself. Screw what the haters say. Don't let the haters get to you. Don't let them get to you. You know who you are. Remember who the fuck you are. I always have those doubts for myself. Because here I am now, and in a few weeks, it'll be 9 years since I uploaded my very first video. And you could tell over the years, obviously it was different for me. Back then, I was just uploading random stuff when I first started this when I was like around 15 years old. I've obviously evolved and changed as a person. I'm no longer into John Cena, that's for sure. Dressing up like him, definitely not into that anymore. That's just the stupidest thing I ever done. I've obviously changed. And I am still trying to grow and change and try to be a better person. But again, whenever I do, just like what Jack said, like whenever he sees, like, whenever he does ego content and he makes people freak out and everything, it's just amazing. And with me, whenever I do ego stuff and seeing people go crazy over it, it just always makes me smile. And seeing fan art for that, it's just always touching. Because to me, it's mind-blowing that people spent their time on drawing this piece of art of me or any of my egos, and they decided to take their time to do that and not draw the obvious, like Mark or Jack or somebody else they're into. But they rather take the time to do that for me. It's just really touching. And I really appreciate it. And it really means a lot to me. And we're on the verge of like 2,000 subscribers for 9 years. For 9 years. Well, back then I wasn't consistently uploading at the time. Well, I would spam videos, like so many videos on certain days. But I was, because back then I had school and everything, so I really didn't have time to do it. But it wasn't until 2017 was when I really started to really take YouTube a little more seriously. And try to create a schedule for myself, and try to upload it every day, at least once a day. Now, granted, it may not be the most original content you would ever find, but then again, nobody's original anymore. So what are you gonna do? But I do what makes me happy. I do what just like what Jack said once. I think Jack or Mark said this. Like, do something that you're good at, right? Make videos of what you're good at. Like, do something what you're good at. Like, obviously, and you got to work with what you're limited to. And obviously, I have the worst computer in the world, and obviously the worst camera in the world, for sure. So, there's that. So it's not... So I have not progressed in the last couple of years, have I? That's for sure. But I want to change. I want to grow, and I want to be better at what I do. I want to do different stuff. I don't want to be doing mostly just this. I don't want to be like that. I want to be myself. I want to be different. I want to do what makes me happy and do the stuff I want to do. But I don't know how it's gonna go. But anyways, I think I've rambled on long enough about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to also check out my Instagram because I make collabs with Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even myself. I also reenact as a cosplays on there, so go check it out. Be sure to also check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRD86 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.